Alright guys, so I welcome you to another interesting class in our Adobe Photoshop CC for beginner to advanced. And in today's class, guys, I'm going to teach you guys how you can master text tools in Adobe Photoshop. Text tools is one of the important things you need to understand very well in Adobe Photoshop. And in this class, I can assure you that everything you need to know about text tools in Photoshop, I'm going to walk you through the process step. Alright guys, so I welcome you to another interesting class in our Adobe Photoshop CC for beginner to advanced. And in today's class, guys, I'm going to teach you guys how you can master text tools in Adobe Photoshop. Text tools is one of the important things you need to understand very well in Adobe Photoshop. And in this class, I can assure you that everything you need to know about text tools in Photoshop, I'm going to walk you through the process step by step on how you can master the text tools. So, and I believe so much now that by now you have been familiar with some of the tools and some of the things in Adobe Photoshop. So to me, I'm very much confident that by the time you take these text tools in our Photoshop beginner class to advance, you will be able to be more familiar with Adobe Photoshop. So without wasting any further time, so let's get to the practical class started. Now, the first thing you need to do is to come to your tools bar right here, and when you right click from the text tools here, so when you right click, you see horizontal type tools, vertical type tools, and vertical type mask tool, and horizontal type mask. So I'm going to explain everything about all these tools, all these type tools in Adobe Photoshop, how you make use of them. So the first one I will talk about here is what we call horizontal type tools, which is very much common in design. So when you select your type tools, now you will need to notice some things. At the home tab here, when you select your type tools, you're going to see a text property from your home tab, starting from where you can change your font type and where you can add your font size, here where you can work with text alignment, and here where you can change the color of your text. So now let's say for instance we have selected our horizontal type tools and we are ready to make a type. So you have to come to the Photoshop workspace. Now in some cases you can decide to increase your font size, you can decide to make a type first and later increase your font size. So whichever way, all you have to do is to watch the step by step. I'm doing this thing in our practical class. So I'm going to type my brand name Excel. Now one can see that having typed Excel, we find it difficult to see what exactly I typed here. Now, the more reason why is this is happening is because the font size is very much tiny, very much small. So now what I'm going to do next is to come to the home, press Ctrl A on my keyboard. So when you press Ctrl A, this is simply means that you are trying to perform an action and you try to select the alt text in there. So now you have to come to the home tab. When you press Ctrl A, come to the home tab here and increase the font size. So first I will try to make use of 72%. Now you can see when we select 72%, we are able to see everything clear in Adobe Photoshop. Now we can come here from the home tab also. We can click on this point here and try to walk around with the text. We can change the font. We can change the font size. Font style. So let's say we try to make use of this font size here. This font type here. Now, when you select this font type, this is exactly what you are going to get right here. Now, here you can change the color of this particular text also by press Ctrl A again. So when you press Ctrl A again, so you have to come to the home tab at this point here. Just click once on this color box here. Then from here, you can change your color to whatever color of your choice. So let's say I'm changing the color to this type of blue and click on OK. So it's going to automatically update right here in on the text. So now one other thing you can do is that if you try to create some gaps in this text, all you have to do is to press down shift key on your keyboard and press your forward arrow key. So oh, sorry for the mistake. So if you are trying to create some gap between these texts and you don't want to mix some step, or you don't want to have issue with the interval between the text, all you have to do is to press Alt key on your keyboard, then your forward arrow key. You can just press it based on the number of times you would like to create the gap between the text. So you will notice that the text will be moving to the forward, just like this. So let me zoom in the camera. All right, so hold on the Option key and your forward arrow key. So the text will begin to create space between one another until you are satisfied with the right result. So that is only when you can stop with the command. Something like that. So let me return the camera. Now, if you're satisfied with this gap interval between your text, then you are good to go. Then you can just click once. Now, one other thing you can do is that you can try to change the color of this text. Let's say, for instance, we want our letter C to be another color. You press Shift key on your keyboard and your backward arrow key on your keyboard. Then you come to the Home tab here and then click on this color box. And you come here and change the color. So let's say I'm making use of this blue and click on OK. Boom. So let's say we are trying to change this color also. So Shift key and your forward arrow key, then come to the Home tab here and click on this color box and we try to change the color. Let's say change to this red and then click on OK. Then we move to the last letter here. Shift key and your forward arrow key, then click on the color box and pick the color and then click on OK. Right. Now, to drag your text around, you have to come to the toolbar right here and click on your Move tool. So when you click on your Move tool, so that is only when you can drag around and try to position your text to center. So let's say I'm trying to make this text like this, and now alternative way by which you can expand the size of your text. So you can come to your Home tab here and go to Edit and look for Free Transform. Now in this regard, you can come to any edge of the text and press Shift key and alternative key on your keyboard and drag out. Then you can come to the Home tab here and click on this check mark to accept. So finally, to centralize this text into the midpoint of the page, so you can press Ctrl A on your keyboard, then you come to the Home tab here and try to center the vertical alignment center and the vertical horizontal center.